last week I played some 5-color good stuff with the new Joda. The deck is kind of absurd, and probably a little bit too good, and makes a lot of other decks pale in comparison. So in the interest of comparison, here was one of those paling options. This is the First Sliver, a 5-mana 7/7 legendary creature sliver that has Cascade, and sliver spells you have Cascade. What this means is they cascade, and what Cascade means is that they cascade. I should try and say that in a much more useful way. Cascade is where, when you cast the spell, before it resolves, you exile top cards from your library, and you get to cast the first spell you hit that is CMC less than the spell you're casting. So when you cast First Sliver, you're going to exile cards on top of your library until you hit a 4, 3, 2, or 1 drop, or a 0 drop if you're playing them, and you get to cast that spell as well. And once First Sliver's in play, obviously it cascades itself. Once it's in play, you can then cast a 4 or 5 drop sliver, and then you can cascade into a 3 drop sliver, that then cascades into a 2 drop sliver, and you just cascade all over the fucking shop. First Sliver is known to be quite a powerful creature, quite a powerful commander. And in Commander, it's often one of those commanders that people might consider to be a kill on sight. However, when we go into historic Brawl in the 1v1 environment, it can stumble. Its mana can be bad. It needs a bit of ramp, that then means you've got to play less slivers. And ultimately, if we're honest, there isn't that many good slivers on Arena. As we scroll through, you're going to see that I am basically playing the majority of slivers that aren't complete trash. The Outlast one's pretty bad. But if you see this, all these orange dots, yeah, I'm playing like all the slivers possible. I think there's just 2 slivers on the platform that I'm not playing. Oh, actually, that's not true. There are a couple that I don't own. Normally the bad ones. The Vigilance one's fine too. There are some that are actually okay. The main one I'm not playing that I think you should play if you are looking to play the First Sliver, and I ran out of rare wildcards when I put this together. I got some more recently and since, but you should be playing this card, okay? If you look at the list and you think, where the fuck is Cloud Shredder Sliver Vince? It's because I didn't want to dump any more wild cards into this fucking deck. So we're playing 5-color good sliver stuff. There are other bits and bobs in here as well. We're playing all the slivers, all the things that matter for like tribal shit, Maskwood Nexus, Metallic Mimic. We've even got Herald's Horn in here. That's probably bad because I'm not playing a critical mass of slivers. And then we just got good shit too. We've got clones like Body Double and Clever Impersonator. We've got Great Henge as well. And then we have secret commanders like River's Rebuke, which is basically a spell that when you resolve it, you usually win. If your opponent's put so far behind they can't win, or you just get to slap them in the face with your big sliver-shaped slab of meat. I don't really have to teach you to suck eggs. River's Rebuke is probably the best card in this format at 6 mana in blue, right? Is there a better 6 mana spell? What are the big haymaker finishes? I don't know. This card is a very one-sided and very powerful effect. Many people have been upset when someone's cast this against them, and hopefully we'll see that today. I'm not really going to labour any more of it. We're just playing fucking slivers with good cards jotted in, Grim Tutors and Fable Mirror Breakers, and then slivers in between. Slivers in between. Your best slivers are the one that gives haste that I'm not playing because I can't bother to spend any more wild cards on this deck, and also Mana Swift Sliver. That is a sliver that both gets me hot under the collar, has tentacles, and also enables the deck very well. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Check out my Patreon. For $2 a month, you get access to like this, obviously, this month. Well, you got a couple more days to pick that up. And we've got a Gladiator League starting like today or tomorrow, as well as a Kill Team League on TTS. There's lots of stuff going on over there. And of course, this video, as always, is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. So hit that link in the description below. Use the code KENOBI at checkout. Get 5% off your order for physical cards, sealed product and singles, and help support the show. With that out of the way, let's play some historic Brawl with probably one of the worst 5-color commanders that everyone thinks is good, but it just isn't very good. Well, it's Korvold. Powerful magic card, I've heard. Once upon a time, we'll find us the 3rd land. This is good. Kind of need a green. Do we even need a green? Who cares? Once upon a time, for free, we find an unclaimed territory. That's pretty good for slivers. Play a Triome tapped and pass the turn. Terramorphic Expanse from our opponent. We draw another land. We're just going to play this Blood Cup. This doesn't come to play tapped, does it? No, it's just Cavern of Souls with no upside. It's the common Cavern. It's the uncommon Cavern of Souls without the ludicrous extra text of Cavern of Souls. Llanowar Elves from our opponent, and we're going to do a little bit of pinging with Lava Belly Sliver. As the battlefield pings our opponent, we gain 1 life. If you're not familiar with slivers, and I didn't explain it in the intro, every sliver gives an ability to all other slivers. The classic slivers gives this to all slivers. The slivers that came back and looked like the Predator from Predator, and the ones from Modern Horizons only give it to ones that you control to make slivers less cumbersome. We're going to play a tap land for sequencing purposes, play a Herald's Horn. Guess what? I'm going to name, I know this might be wild to you, but I'm going to name Sliver. They have 2 mana open. They might have a pump spell, I guess. But let's be honest, who the fuck is playing a pump spell in their Korvold historic Brawl deck? They did not. We did not fall into any trap. We hit them for 2, and now we pass the turn. They play a Tireless Provisioner. That's the one that makes food when you play lands. There we go. They have a food token. Oh, a treasure token. I'm lying to you. It's the better one. It's a good one. We find a World Tree on top. We're going to play an Unclaimed Territory, and we're going to name... I know it's unusual, but I'm going to name Sliver. And I'm just going to cast my Cascading Big Boy. It finds us a Menace, Belligerent Sliver, which will then ping in a Lava Belly. The Belligerent Sliver will be cast, but won't have Cascade because the first sliver wasn't in play at the time. Then we get in for 2. Happy to trade there. We don't take them to 18. Now, because the treasure token plus Ladder Elves, they can just hard cast Corvold right now, but they put him on play a land, play him, and then use the treasure token to draw a card, because every time they sack something, they draw a card. Weirdly, I can't cast my Great Henge next turn because I don't have double green, so I've only got 1 green source in unclaimed territory. World Tree's obviously green as well, but it's going to come to play tapped, and I don't have 6 or more other lands. Oh wait, 6 or more lands. It will be my 6th land. All my lands are tapped for green next turn. Here comes Corvold, the Fey Curse. But Bog is going to exile my graveyard and make them a treasure. They have 2 mana available. They'll draw cards when they use it. They did not. Top card is not a sliver. It's just another copy of Shit Cavern of Souls. Although importantly, Secluded Courtyard is better than Shit Cavern of Souls because Secluded Courtyard allows you to use it on activated abilities. Also, this only makes green for slivers, not for Grey Henge, which is pretty funny. So we're going to do this. Then I'm going to cast the Grey Henge. And then I guess I attack with the first sliver because then we can make it indestructible and it kills Corvold. And they have to put both the creatures in front of it as well, which allows us to kill both of them. Nah, they're just going to take 7. Understandable. Have a very nice day. We need to draw a fucking sliver. That's what we need to do. Because it'll cascade, it'll ping them, it will trigger Great Henge and draw us another card. Like, Herald's Horn hitting a sliver will be very good. Then we might get double sliver. If it hits 1, we'll draw the other. We're going to use Tamiyo's Safekeeping to keep first sliver alive against everything but exile effects. Oh no, that's a lie. It's got hexproof too. We basically protect the first sliver here against everything. And anything. They're scanning our lands a lot here. Checking for hidden modes, perhaps. I should do the same. They don't have any creature lands. No, they don't. They are hovering this unclaimed territory for way longer than anyone should. Get your eye. Stop looking at my eyes are up here. They cast an old Gnawbones, using the treasures to draw 2 cards because of Corvold. Corvold becomes a big boy. Gnawbones makes them a lot of treasures when it hits. They play a mountain. They get another treasure. They attack with a 7/7. It's going to sack something, which will draw them a card and grow it to an 8/8. If I just brick and hit a land here, we probably lose the game. I'm playing a lot of slivers. Perhaps not. Holy shit. I've only just realized that old Gnawbones. Oh, it's any creature. I haven't played with it since it came out. And I could have sworn to God Gnawbones itself said like all dragons or itself. Holy. Oh shit. We may just be dead. We may just be dead. Okay. So we're going to like pseudo wrath our board with these treasures. So hopefully they put like 6 treasures into killing the first sliver or some shit. Although that said, they don't have. Okay, they have a Blood Artist as well. So maybe we are just dead. What are they going to ping? So Belligerent Sliver for 1 resolves. Belligerent Sliver for 1. Do I protect it here? They only have 4 treasures left. I think I do. Save the Belligerent Sliver. I would have rather they went for Lava Belly Sliver and we had to protect it. Now they have to dump more treasures into killing Belligerent Sliver. Yeah, fine. That's weird they destroyed Lava Belly there, not First Sliver though. That's very strange to me. I guess they get 4 treasure token counters here. They kill Belligerent. This doesn't kill First Sliver. This gives us a chance. Or are we just dead? I don't know. I haven't done the fucking math. Although they used it all before the Blood Artist arrived, which is big for us because then we don't just die. We really need to hit a sliver here. We're going to gain some life of our Grey Henge. We're going to untap. Any creature gives us a card draw. Any sliver gives us Cascade. We really, really want to see that. They're discarding to hand size now. Okay, it is a First Strike Sliver, which is a 1 CMC sliver, so that will not hit us anything off the Cascade. We find an Elvish Mystic. So we're going to cast the First Striking Sliver. I can't remember if I've got a 0 mana card in here or not. Maybe I should, just so we always get it off of the Striking Sliver, like a Tormod's Crypt, maybe. We drew an Immortal Sun. That doesn't do anything either. Mystic. This will draw us a card of Grey Henge. Clever Impersonator is not a sliver, but it can enter as a copy of anything they have, which means they have to block our first sliver. Let's go Clever Impersonator. I'm going to have it enter as a copy of a flying creature to be able to block old Corvold over there. So now we draw a card, we copy Corvold, and we sacrifice, I don't know, this island? They get to ping something for 1 here. I forgot about those triggers. They ping my Striking Sliver for 1, sure. We draw a Agadeem's Awakening. We play a Swamp. We play a Phyrexian Metamorph with 2 life. And we're going to copy old Gnawbones? Yeah, I think that makes sense. And we're going to attack with the first sliver. It's got First Strike. And they're going to have to throw Tireless Provisioner under the bus, I would assume. Yes, yes. There we go. Now we lose 1 life, they gain 1 life. We pass back to them. That wasn't a terrible turn, but it wasn't a particularly good one either. We do have 2 flying blockers, so hopefully we can stop the old Gnawbone trigger from happening if they don't have a removal spell. Although they have 8 cards in hand after drawing, so the chance of them not having a removal spell are pretty fucking low. Maybe my Sliver count is too low to play Herald's Horn. Tell me in the comment section below how wrong I am. That's my favourite thing for people to do. They have a removal spell for Old Gnawbones. Yep. Seems good. They attack with Corvold and Old Gnawbones. We have to block Corvold here with our Corvold. And they're going to hit us for 7 treasures. Which gives them access to 9 damage, which includes killing our First Sliver. Okay, Pitiless Plunderer here gives them a way to generate treasure when they sack things. They're putting Mayhem Triggers on the stack. Oh, we just die. We just die. I realised that our life total is actually lower than the power and toughness of our combined creatures. GG. I'm not going to let you figure it out, opponent. I'm just going to get out of here and not waste any of our time. Ugh, that was shite. Once more into the breach, my friends. Once more, to quote Queen Elizabeth II, may she rest in peace. Our opponent's name is Froshlol, and they're riding a toad. I want to imagine that Frosh is frog in a foreign language that I don't understand, because I'm British. 2.3. Golos, fine. So when they cast enchantments, they get toads. The toad then drains people when they cast more enchantments. And also, when mounted, the toad is unblockable, as is the Toad Rider. There are some really inappropriate jokes about riding toads there that I'm not going to go into, but you can post them in the comment section below. I don't know why I've just invited people to do that. Their sleeves are also toads, by the way. I'm loving this. Okay, we've got Leeching Attack Sliver, which is a 1/1, by the way. So this is 1/2, not great. They play a Gala Greeters, strong magic card. We get attacked with a 1/2. I named Sliver on my secluded courtyard, which allows us to play Realm Walker. I'm going to name Sliver on Realm Walker too. We find a Bone-Safe Sliver on top. We're going to happily swing our Leeching Sliver into them because it pings them for 1. And if they trade Gala Greeters for it, I'm okay with that because Gala Greeters is a source of mana for them. I think I want a trophy. What do I want a trophy? Probably their Commander when they play it now. We're actually 1 land away from being able to cast either Golos or the First Sliver. And whilst a Ketra reduces the cost of, like, the First Sliver, for example, it only cares about colourless mana, not the actual colour mana. So we're drawing Beside You next turn. So we know we're going to have 5 mana next turn. Blue, black, green, white, and red. We actually can't trophy right now. We don't have the mana for it. So we're going to play a Ketra's Monument. No attacks, because we don't want to just die to the Toad Rider. I think we have a chance 6, so we're not playing into, like, de facto best commanders in the game. Although Tatsunari is bug, and I feel like my colour combination is strong. So I feel like some commanders can just be carried by having access to 3 or 4 colours of good stuff, you know? But I think Bug Enchantress is an interesting place to be. I really like this commander when they previewed it. And by commander, I mean a legendary creature that happens to be in a core set, but is really put there for commander. They cast a Saga, which creates a toad, which triggers Gala Greeters, which makes them a treasure, which then triggers itself, draws them a card, discards a card. That was some strong, powerful magic. Felth Sting, this is an what does it do in exploits? Draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. That's pretty strong, actually. Wowza. And they get in with a 3/3 no blocks. We draw and play a 5th land, which allows us to do many a thing. In this case, it's going to allow us to cascade into Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Makes us a 1/1. We cast Fable. We knew it was on top because of Realm Walker. We make a 2/2 Goblin there, and we say no attacks. Next turn, we can cast Rivers of Rebuke. No, we can't. We don't have the mana for it. But that might be... That's right. Our Sliver deck is like one of its game plans is casting Rivers of Rebuke, which is just a very powerful magic card in this format. Cruelty of Gix. They're going to get to take a card from our hand. It's going to be... I imagine Golos, the Bone-Safe Sliver, might be a consideration. They don't see the Rivers of Rebuke on top of our library, though. Wait, what the fuck just happened? They didn't take anything. Huh? Did they just choose not to remove a card from my hand? Okay, I'm a little bit lost there. They're going to kill First Sliver. Fair enough. I'll put it back in my command zone. They attack with frogs. I say no blocks. Go to 14. We draw River's Rebuke. There's a land on top of our library. We know about it. We're going to discard nothing, I think. I think all these cards are pretty strong. We're going to cast Golos. Or do we cast Bone-Safe Sliver? No, we don't have Cascade right now. So we've got Bone-Safe Sliver plus Assassin's Trophy. That's pretty strong. Bone-Safe Sliver. We're going to go to combat and we're going to attack with all of this stuff. They don't want to block any of this. Some of it's double striking, some of it's pinging them, some of it's making treasure tokens. If this is paper magic, I'd have to know what's going on, but because it's not paper magic, I don't. And now, do I let them go and shoot her with Cruelty of Gix for a 3 CMC or lower? Do I kill their commander? I've got all these options of Assassin's Trophy. I'm not sure what the correct one is. Oh, I forgot about double strike. My bad. On their turn, we pass back to them. They all tick up. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. They read ahead. They read ahead. Put a target card from a graveyard onto the battlefield. There's nothing in mind. They're going to go ahead and exploit and draw some cards. That's fine. That could have been an absolute punt, right? If they had like a really powerful like reanimation target. I'm such a dum-dum. So they're going to Gala Greeters here. Are they gaining life? Are they padding out because of all my double striking? Yeah, they gain 2 life. That's when you know you're ahead. They exploit with Felstinger because it's going to make them lose 2 life and draw 2 cards. They obviously sack... Oh, they sack itself. I thought they'd sack the toad and then regrow the toad with a enchantment. They get a Garlic Gritty's trigger off of the Vector Glider coming in on the Modern Age Flip as well. We can actually use Fable of the Mirror Breaker next turn to create a second copy of Leeching Sliver. So when we swing, we get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pings. Betwixt Massacre for 2. So we get pinged for 1. We're going to lose like our entire board barring the Realm Walker. This is fine. It's a bit sad, but it's fine. It's going to trigger. And bearing in mind this is the alchemized one, so whenever you control dice, each opponent loses 1 life. Not the one that like gets them life for our stuff dying. So we get pinged for 1 here. They're going to destroy my Realm Walker. That's fine. They're going to move to combat. And I'm just going to kill the Toad Rider, which I probably should have done with Meathook Massacre on the stack, as that would have cost us 1 less life. They get a land out of this, but it means they've got to recast their commander. The problem with Rivers of Rebuke now is that it puts Meathook Massacre back in their hand, which is not ideal. So we get a Fable of the Mirror Breaker transforms. We have like a poor man's Kiki Jiki. We're going to Cascade here, and we'll cast Golos next turn. We get a 1/1 off of our Archaeopteryst Monument. We find an Infernal Grasp. We're going to just kill the flyer, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. We take 1 for that, but we do have a Cascade Sliver in play now. There's a world where we just Rivers Rebuke them and then slam them for like lethal damage. Okay, they play a Cyber Siphoner. They put the Eaten Alive back in their hand. Can we have Transience? I don't know what this does. It gets bigger. So they're going to kill our commander. If we hit a land drop, we can cast it. If we can't, we play Golos to get a land. We're going to start chump blocking with our 1/1s that we generate. Our life total is quite low. Play a Sanguine Spy. I don't know what this does either. Okay, so we hit Blood Crypt, which allows us to First Sliver again, which I'm going to do. Just casually going to 5 like you do. Make a Warrior, Cascade, hit a Chromatic Lantern, which is not the best thing to hit, but it allows us to recast it again if it dies, I guess. They put the Ninja back in their hand, didn't they? So they can just get back that removal spell again, but it costs them a lot of mana to do so. This thing has Trample, so they cast a couple of enchantments and kill our First Sliver. Then we've got a threat that we can't chump with our warriors. This Toad, I feel like it's judging me. It's like you're playing First Sliver. It's 5-color good stuff in a tribe. You should be winning, Vince. Truth be told, the tribe kind of sucks. I think Slivers are a lot better when you get to play like 4 of the best ones. But even then, they're not exactly showing up in Historical Pioneer, right? Or any format for that matter. The Legacy one can be fun when you used to be able to like bounce those back to your hand and pitch them to Force of Will and stuff. But Slivers doesn't really make much of an impact anywhere. They are 5 enchantments away from us being dead then, thanks to Toad plus enchantment. Oh, they give the Toad unblockable. I forgot about that bit. Okay, in for 3. No blocks. I'm going to have to Rivers Rebuke them this turn. That said, if I Rivers Rebuke them, they might just be dead. Oh boy, they're on 7. We untap. We find a World Tree. I guess we just cast Rivers Rebuke, returning all non-land permanents to their owner's hand, including all their creatures. You got anything for this opponent? You got 1 mana open. Do you have like a spell? Pierce? But we have 2 mana if they do. Do you have an offer we can't refuse? That's better than Spell Pierce in this situation, isn't it? Did we just steal a win from the clutches of being shit at Magic? Is Rivers Rebuke a card that does a lot of carrying of bad players? Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Oh, opponent with your Sanguine Spy. Maybe you dipped too deep into the bloods, opponent. Maybe you flew too close to the blue, black, and green sun, opponent. Black hole sun. Black hole sun. Won't you rope me now, daddy? It goes off. It resolves. They have 1 mana. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack him like this. I might keep this 1/1 back in case. Oh, no, I'm overthinking it. They weren't happy. Rivers Rebuke, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in Betwixt, is too good, and it carries shit deck. We're up against the bear, the terror of Quasisma. It's a big old fucking bear. I don't remember why this is in the deck. Also, it's a hand with like 0 slivers. We will draw another land though and play Clever Impersonate to copy their best thing, right? I think I just kept a terrible hand, by the way, just to make that very clear. We're going to play this tap Xander's Lounge and pass back. Oh, love the little, what do you call them? Chandeliers. We drew a Scavenging Ooze, that's a magic card. Gotta shock ourselves, play a Scoos. Look at me playing like old classic staples in my deck that should just be playing as... I don't think there's actually that many slivers on Arena. I think the next sliver set might push this deck a bit further. We're gonna take 2 here. We're gonna draw a Grave Shifter. Oh no, we've shit on it. We've got nothing else to do this turn. Okay, no attacks, end turn. We can return this to play with a counter on it to block this scope with this turn. Is that... They make a mana here. Oh god, they're gonna play a horrendous threat, aren't they? What the fuck is this? Holy shit. Oh, they all gain trample as well? This is bad. This is very, very bad. Okay, we're just gonna get Goreclawed. Yeah, I'll take 10. Sure. 10 it is. We're gonna Clever Impersonator the Avabrook Caretaker. Put some counters on our Scoos, say no attacks and pass back. They landfall. What gross... Oh my goodness. Yep. Yep. Good game, opponent. Fuck it out. Goreclaw was brutal. I need to play some big green Goreclaw. Spoilers, that might be the next thing you see come up on the channel for this format. We are dead. We are big greened in the face. We are beyond fucked. Ruined. I am never going to be able to, not financially, there's no financial output there, but my face will never recover from this beating. They've just shit in my open mouth. Okay, I was about to tell you I have a good feeling about this, but Muldrotha strikes fear into me. Although it is 6 mana, so maybe we can get under it. This turn I'm going to keep a hand with actual cards I can cast. To be fair, yeah, our Goldclaw opponent had a fucking strong hand, and we did keep basically a hand that meant we lost. We keep this. I need to take advantage of the free mulligan. I'm such a fucking boomer that I still think that mulligans are gonna. The edge has been taken off mulligans by the casual. We're not once upon a timing yet, because it would have meant that we probably had to discard a hand size, because we're on the play. Oh, the draw. Sorry, that's exactly the opposite of what we are. They're gonna play 2 mana here. Arcane Signet, sure. We're going to draw for turn and see where we're at with our casting this once upon a time. Well, we are, because we want to make use of it, right? So I'm going to go Plains once upon a time for 0. What a powerful match. Drain was insane, wasn't it? Mana Swift Sliver is a sliver that I would die for. And then we're going to play, I was going to say Edging Sliver, because in the art, the sliver is obviously the Predator from Predator, edging this poor man. Edging him with tentacles. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. More like Jace Sexy Thighs, am I right? We drew Falco Spara Pact Weaver. We're going to play Mana of Sliver here, which allows us to keep up Assassin's Trophy, which I think is more powerful than getting in for 2 and bringing us to 26 life. They're 1 mana away from Muldrotha, and they got a Mind Stone in the bin. And a Skullport Merchant. God, their deck is built correctly. It's full of synergy. Red Presence, okay. Don't want them playing Swamps and killing my shit. Do you know what? I'm just going to trophy that now. Because every swamp from here on out just kills a sliver, and I can't be dealing with that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. They definitely have their 6th mana now for Muldrotha next turn, but they were going to play a land anyway, let's be real. We drew a Tameo Safekeeping, which is pretty decent. We're going to cast this sliver here to Cascade. We hit Ronus's Monument, that's fine. And then we're not going to attack, we're going to keep up Tameo's Safekeeping off of our Mana Swift Sliver. God, I've got some soft R's at the best of times, but trying to say Mana Swift Sliver really fucks me. Okay, they're going to try and kill this. I'm going to try and give it a Hex. And Indestructible. If it costs them 2 cards to get around Tameo's Safekeeping, I'm okay with it. The first sliver is big. Cast a Meteor Massacre for 1. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe Mothra was the play. So they play a Burglar Rat. I'm going to discard a Kedra's Monument. We drew a Tempered Sliver, which we can cascade off of. We can't play Falco right now, because we're actually missing a blue source, which is kind of insane. So I play Tempered Sliver for 1 less mana. We're going to buff our first sliver. We're going to give it Trample. We're going to hit the Unearthed Sliver, which is pretty strong. We're going to give first sliver another +2/+2. The Ronus's Monument is dumb. Elvish Mystic, sure, whatever. Give us +2/+2 again. I say sure, whatever. It's pretty good, am I right? And then we can go like, we can also just like unearth something. Maybe Leeching Sliver's fine here. Unearth it. Doesn't count as casting. We're going to go to combat. We're going to swing. That's 13 from the first sliver with Trample and 1 from the Leeching Sliver. They take a whole bunch of damage down to 10. Ronus's Monument, ladies and gentlemen. But first sliver's being carried. Just absolutely fucking carried by much stronger magic cards like Ronus's Monument and good old River's Rebuke. So they can play a Muldrotha here, but it doesn't do a lot because they can cast like something out of the bin, but nothing great. So I guess they want to try and remove our shit. Next time they can -8 Jace to draw 7 cards. I should probably stop that, but I'd much rather just kill my opponent if I'm honest. Muldrotha, 1 mana available, land out of the bin, 2 mana available. It's a Burglar Rat. I'm going to discard Mothra. We find a Heroic Intervention. I can't play a creature right now, annoyingly. So I can't give mana, my first sliver, Trample. So, I can play Falco, actually. So if I go Mana Swift Sliver with Unearth, then play Falco off the Mana Weft and the Tempered Sliver. Actually, I'd rather keep Dregscape alive, actually. Falco Spara. We'll give Trample to my first sliver. We find a Herald's Horn that we can cast. I think Heroic Intervention's more important, because they're gonna hit them for 10. Maybe hit Jace for 10. Yeah, I can't have them drawing 7 cards. We can't kill them here. So Jace is gone. They can obviously recast Jace, and that is fine. We're going to pass the turn. We're going to lose Mana Swept, but we still got Elvish Mystic plus Necroblossom Snarl to allow us to Heroic Intervention in response to a Wrath. That isn't a -X effect. Obviously, Meteor Massacre is in play, so unless they can sack it and recast it. And we've also got hexproof of the heroic intervention as well. Panharnomimom, okay. Con, sorry, not mom. Echelon's not released yet. I'm filming this a couple of days before the All Is One preview event happens. They cast a Scoot Swarm, sure. And now they're going to play a land and make a shit ton of Scoot Swarms. Because there's going to be double triggers. Oh no, Panharnomicon doesn't double trigger landfall. Of course it doesn't. On our turn, we find Lancer Sliver on top, which we're going to cast. And we're going to remove a counter from the First Sliver to do so. We'll give the First Sliver Trample here. Lancer Sliver will hit Masked Vandal. We're going to give the Sliver some more. +2/+2 and Trample. Oh boy. Phyrexian Reclamation, sure. That's a magic card I forgot was even in the format that I put into the deck. A Masked Vandal will blow up Panharnomicon. Yeah, we'll exile Mothra for that. 11/11, they got 6, 7, 8, 9 blocking there. Keeping the Mystic back. And that allows us to Heroic Intervention still if something goes horribly wrong here. I should have put Trample onto one of the other slivers, I think. Okay, this is 8 damage going through, I believe. Muldrotha is dead. They're on 5. We get a counter on First Sliver, which allows us to play things off top of our library with our beloved Valko. We get Machine Gun a little bit with Meathook Massacre. Down to 2. I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to go for a 50-50 with our First Sliver. And you know what? I think that's okay. I think that's where we need to be, considering all things considered. They're going to cast a Muldrotha. They're going to play a land? Question mark. Do they have a land? They do. They can just play a beautiful looking island. Here comes the Burglar Rat. I'm going to throw my horde in the bin. Goodbye. Toot toot. Oh, we got there. All off the strength of me being a powerful wizard. Not off the strength of Rona's, the Corona. Ronas's monument. Thanks for watching. I don't think First Sliver is actually that good. It is significantly worse than something like Joda, for example. But I don't know if I can bang that drum anymore. And does it really matter? It's fun to try different things. Just not when those things cost you like 1,000 wild cards. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe as well. And check out the link to the Patreon in the description below if you want to play some Gladiator or some Kill Team over on my Discord. Ta-ta for now.